Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Mike Rondo, and tonight's video is a little different. And it's a VR response or video response, whatever you call it, VR. And I don't typically do these. I'm gonna turn the radio down a little. I don't want to get a strike against me. I normally don't do these, but my good friend Redcoats across the globe gave me a call to challenge, and it's my five tobaccos, and I'll get to that in a second. But also today, as I was getting ready to do this video tonight, There and Tobacco called me out on doing this as well. So I thought, well, if those two gentlemen are calling me out and wanting me to do something, I cannot say no to them too. So here I am doing a VR response. Although when Redcoats called me out on the five tobaccos and the categories, there's five categories of the type of tobacco you would have. So when Redcoats called me out on it, and I'm sitting there and I laughed, and I'm like, oh boy, he called me out, and I go, I don't have the experience. So my list is going to be a bit different, and it was a challenge. So, and this is the reason why I didn't do this response right away, because I was thinking about it. And yesterday I was thinking about it at work. It's been a crappy day at work, and I had a moment, and I sort of got the list out and went from there. And I think it's a decent list of at least where I am in my tobacco smoking novice position at the moment. I'm not like the rest of most of the YTPC where they got all that experience. There's a lot of new smokers too, like myself. So it'd be curious to see what they would say as well, considering they don't have as much experience. And maybe they have a little more than I do, but it'll be interesting to see that. Now, I was going to call out a few people, but two people that I was going to call out ended up getting called out and doing a video. And There and Tobacco again. Logan, who called me out today, he did a video, and of course Mark and RI was another one I was gonna, because he's a fellow Rhode Islander, I was gonna say, yeah, I'll go with that. And I couldn't think of anybody else because everyone else has done it. So I guess for my third person, I would say, I guess I'm putting Mark on the spot too as well. Logan, I'll call out Mark as well. Mark and RI. I'm curious to see what your top five, well, not top five, what your five tobaccos are. So this is a pressure one for you. And then, of course, There and Tobacco again. Logan, if you have any other tobaccos you'd want to put on a list, feel free. And then you know what, I'll do this. Because Redcoats, he's got a lot of tobacco. And he loves talking about his tobacco, which I love, and I think we all do if you watch him. I'm curious he's pretty much done two lists. I want a third list from him. In what he would smoke, because I learned quite a bit. He steers my tasting buds to all these new directions and stuff, and then I learned a lot from There and Tobacco again. So anyway, let's get on with my list here before I chat away here on nothing. But anyway, all right, so here's my list. I got it, and I'm starting with the all-day smoke. And the all-day for me was originally Russ's chocolate ice cream sundae. I just love that. I could smoke it. My daughter loves the smell of it. It's great. It's a nice aromatic, especially in the summer. If you were on a hike or going for a walk or sitting in a park, I think people would be like, "Oh, wow, that's really nice." And it's just enjoyable. I love it. It's actually in my Jeep as my lunchtime pipe. That's the tobacco I use. And the next one, which is a newcomer, thanks to my friend Redcoats, is No Bite Delight. And because I think you can smoke it anytime, anywhere, any place, and you can smoke a number of bowls throughout the day, and you don't have a problem. Obviously, it doesn't cause a tongue bite, or anything like that. So those are my two all day. The next one was my tough one, which is the over-the-counter Cadre blend, and I don't have any experience with them. Strangely, you would have thought this was been, like when you're first starting out, you would flock to this kind of pipe tobacco, but I didn't. I don't know if it's because I had it in my mind, like, well, why would I want over-the-counter stuff when I get all this other great stuff? And it's kind of ignorant on my part. To clarify, there are stuff that I want to try, like the over-the-counter stuff. I just never get to them because, like the other day when I went tobacco shopping, if you will, I bought a bunch of stuff. I got some stuff that came today, some stuff coming tomorrow, I believe. and you'll see that on the channel for reviews and to try it out. And I always pass over. It's just not even a thought on my mind. I don't know why, but because I was thinking of this today as I was coming out. We're not in the golden age of pipe smoking, right? I don't think it's not that popular, although I think it's getting a bit of a resurgence, I have to say, thanks to the YTPC peoples. I think we're getting a bit of a resurgence, so that might change a bit. I don't know how much, but I just had that feeling. However, I was thinking about it. We may not be in the golden age of tobacco, pipe smoking, but we're in an amazing time to be pipe smokers because now we got all these blends. It's just like cigar smoking. We get so many varieties and flavors and blends and everything under the sun. It's a great time to do it. And then I just seem to forget the over-the-counter ones. But anyway, all right. So now onto the Friday night smoke, which is like, as Redcoat said, Friday night you come home, the week's been horrible or the day was horrible, and this is your go-to smoke to relax and unwind. And I have 3 of them, and actually I'm smoking one right now, but I'll get into that in a second when I get to it. Now, this should seem as no surprise, the ones that I'm going to say, except for the third one I'm going to call out. I know you're supposed to pick one, but it's very hard to do it. And these kind of interchange, because as Logan said on his video, it depends. Sometimes I kind of want to treat myself, sometimes I want to do this, so it's kind of based on that. And the first one up is, I'll go with Haunted Bookshop. And this is one of his favorites as well. Haunted Bookshop. It's just something about that blend. I don't know what it is. It's just, I can smoke it. It's a great blend on a Friday night when you need to chill out, relax. It's just a good smoke. But anyway, the next one, my favorite of all time so far, is Virginia Cream. I could have that at any time, any place, especially after a bad week. That is my go-to. And this week has been crappy. The last 2 weeks of work has been miserable, so I hit Haunted Bookshop last week. You guys didn't know, I didn't do a video about it, but I had Haunted Bookshop. And, of course, my third one, another one that I've been hitting, which is in my pipe, the shed pipe, the Savinelli shed pipe, is, of course, Gentleman Caller. And I'm going to take a little puff of this because this was a pleasant surprise in 2020. And the only reason I did it was because I thought, oh, the name Gentleman Caller, it's an interesting name. It reminded me of my, how should I put this? A wonderful youth that I had 20 some odd years ago. Good times. Lots of fun memories with the ladies. But anyway, yeah, this is the Dare Tongue. I like Dare Tongue. I don't know what it is. I didn't think I would like it. I remember reading the tin. I'm like, Dare Tongue? What the hell is this weird green stuff in the tin or whatever? And I don't know what it is, but it's really damn good. And this is what I have. My jar. I just got back into smoking. I had some last weekend, but I had it for a little while. I was puffing through it, and I stopped and I did other reviews and stuff. So I haven't gone back to it. But now, after this week, so this is Thursday night when I'm doing this. I'm actually tapping into my Friday smoke tonight because work has been awful. So those are my Friday nights. Let's see, what do we got? What's next? Now this one was a challenge for me. Impress your friends. This is the tobacco I'd want to impress my friends. I don't think I have that in my tobacco collection yet. I haven't hit that yet. The only thing I can say is I have tobaccos that I think would intrigue my fellow pipe smokers. And you've seen a few of them recently. I just did the LJ Peretti 150 flake. That was very interesting to me. And La Falute, which I just did a review on too, which is another interesting thing. And I got some nice tips to how to smoke it a little bit better and get more out of it, thanks to 2 a.m. on a pipe, patio. I always get that mixed up. Sorry, Onion. And the other one which I didn't think would be, I thought it'd be good, it'd be sweet, but I think it would intrigue a lot of pipe smokers, and I know a few of you wanted to get your hands on this, which was John's Pipe Shop, Cumberland Gap. Really good tobacco. I love that. I got to get my hands on more of that. And the next one is a special occasion. So for me, it's got to be the holiday blends. And there's just too many to list, but these are just some of the ones that I came up with. The Haunting, which was a pleasant surprise. I thought, all right, cigar, it's not going to be all that well, but I was surprised. And then, of course, Sleepy Hollow. That, this is just a notch above Autumn Evening for me. That really good stuff. And then Thanksgiving is an interesting, really is a special occasion because I only did it for that week of Thanksgiving. So, and then of course Christmas Cookie, fantastic blend, and LJ Peretti Yuletide. Those are my lists. Now, as you can tell by my list, it's still, you can tell I'm a novice. I haven't reached the plateau of, I don't want to say expert. I'll say, well, right now I'm like a Padawan. I could maybe in a year get to Jedi Knight, and then at some point I'll be a Jedi Master like Renaissance Piper, Logan from there into back, and maybe I'll be a Grand Jedi Master like Master Yoda was, or as I would like to say, as Lester from the Redcoats. Maybe someday I'll get there, but I'm not there yet. So my list is a little weird. It's probably not as fascinating or interesting as other people's lists, but I'm getting there. And to be honest, it's nice watching all these other videos with everybody else saying and suggesting things, and it's like, oh, I gotta try that. And of course, I've done that. I've ordered some that maybe kind of steered me in that direction. I'm like, I gotta try that, which happens anyway. Every time I watch a video on a review or something, I end up being like, I gotta get more tobacco, because to me, like, this hobby, it can be expensive, but for the most part, it's reasonably expensive. I know if you're pursuing that special tobacco from 20 years ago, it gets expensive, or if you want a certain pipe, it's expensive. But for the most part, it's a working man's pleasure, if you will. Or even, but it also reaches out to the sophisticated elite types, if you will. It's a very interesting thing, pipe smoking. But it's very attainable to get on a kick where you buy several tobaccos, over the weekend, and the next week you get a shipment of it. It's a fascinating thing, and I enjoy this hobby of mine that I'm exploring. So, but anyway, that's my list. I'm curious of everyone else's list. So my other call out is to anyone who hasn't done this and hasn't been called out or is kind of shy about it. Just do it. Make your list. It'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. But that's going to do it for tonight. It's rather cold. I got it up to 41 degrees in the Shed of Solitude. Both heaters going tonight. It was 27 when I got out here. And, well, my breath isn't too bad now. It's actually pretty comfortable. This jacket's, I thought it was going to be overkill, but it's just right. At least right now. If I were out here another hour, I'd probably melt. But, so anyway, that's it for tonight. I'll do a show and tell. Hopefully tomorrow I get the rest of my tobacco in. And I can show them and talk about them. Maybe even do a tin note on one of them. We'll see. But other than that, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to enjoy this pipe, relax by the radio, and have a good night. I hope if your Friday goes well, everybody. Hopefully it's not too crazy. Everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's well. And all right, I'm getting out of here. Gentleman caller, you should get this. I recommend this. I don't know if anybody else has tried Gentleman Caller in the community, but give it a shot.